Hey everyone, it's Professor Clark, and in this lecture we are going to continue our our delightful review of the genitive case. And as I've mentioned in previous lectures on the genitive case, the genitive has a lot of uses. It's a very useful case. It can just be a little overwhelming at times, but that's okay. Nothing good comes without hard work, and that is certainly the case with the genitive case. So just relax, try and take it in little bits as you can. Maybe go through the PowerPoint once and then listen to the podcast version of this as you're going out for a jog or something like that, or go through the PowerPoint one slide at a time so that you can digest it at your own pace. So we're going to start off with some very friendly, easy things. We're going to start off with the prepositions is and ought, which, as you remember from the previous chapter, because I'm sure you memorized everything from the previous chapter, well, I'm sure you memorized the really important stuff, and is and ought are very important. So as you remember, both is and ought mean from. And is, as you recall, means from inside the borders of. And so we use it for example, countries, states, cities, and buildings. We could say, for instance, Я получила открытку из Москвы. I received a postcard from Moscow. The destination that we're receiving the postcard from is a city, and so we use is. And then we use от for people, so we could say Я получила открытку от подруги. So again, they both mean from, they both use the genitive, but is for countries, states, cities, and buildings, and от is for people. And then the next preposition is also a friendly, cuddly preposition. Well, really it's not, but we've already learned it, so it will seem friendly and cuddly, I hope. And that is sa or so. And when we use sa or so with the genitive, it also means from. And as you learned in the previous chapter, we use it for open spaces, activities, territories, islands, and bodies of water. So we could say, for example, С Красной площади, from Red Square. С работы, from work. С Аляски, from Alaska. С Кубы, from Cuba. С моря, from the seaside. We also use it to describe movement or motion off of an open flat space, like off of a table or the top of something. So we could say, бумаги слетели со стола. The papers flew off of the table. Or, возьми чемодан со шкафа. Take the suitcase down from the top of the wardrobe. We could also say, возьми чемодан из шкафа, which would mean take the suitcase from inside of the wardrobe. But if you store your suitcase on top of the wardrobe, you would say, возьми чемодан со шкафа. And something to keep in mind is that languages are activities in Russian. And when we're talking about languages, we use the prepositions на and с. So мы говорим на русском, we speak in Russian, and we translate с русского, as in перевести книгу с японского на русский, to translate the book from Japanese into Russian. The next preposition that we're going to discuss is без. Без means without, and because it indicates absence or lack, of course it has the genitive. So remember, anytime we're indicating the meaning from, of, or absence or lack, we have to use the genitive. And so some examples of using без are Он не может жить без жены. He can't live without his wife. Она не может жить без мужа. She can't live without her husband. Я пришла на занятия без учебника. I came to class without my textbook. The next preposition on our list is вместо, and it's important to note that there are two words in Russian that are almost identical. Вместо, which is what we're discussing now, and is a preposition that means instead of or in place of, and вместе, which is an adverb that means together. So don't mix them up. Вместо ends in a hard o, and it is a preposition that means instead of or in place of. For example, we could say, Я это сделаю вместо тебя. I'll do it instead of you. Or, Я возьму воду вместо вина. I'll take water instead of wine. The next preposition is is za, and we write it is hyphen za. It's a combination of the two prepositions is and za. And is za has both a physical and a metaphorical meaning. And here we're interested in this metaphorical meaning, which is because of, and it is negative. It is because it is something's fault. So we only use is za if we're saying that something is at fault or there's something sort of negative about the causation. And we could say, for instance, это всё из-за тебя. This is all because of you, or this is all your fault. Or мы не пошли в парк из-за плохой погоды. We didn't go to the park because of bad weather. We meant to go to the park. We were planning to go to the park, but because of the bad weather, we did not go to the park. Из-за плохой погоды. And finally, we have the preposition для. Для means for, or for the benefit of, or for the purpose of. And it's kind of the opposite of из-за because it means for something and it's always positive. So we could say, for instance, это всё для тебя. This is all for you. So if we said это всё из-за тебя, that would mean this is all your fault. But это всё для тебя means this is all for you. It's positive. Or он купил эти цветы для жены. He bought these flowers for his wife. Or we could say something like этот учебник для курса русского языка. That's less obviously positive, but it is for the purpose of, and so we use для. And there we have a quick overview of the main prepositions that take the genitive. I hope you found that helpful, and after this we're going to take a quick break from the genitive and move on to something that you might think will be easy but will not be easy. So you've been warned.